Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with ni Ina. Kamusta ang inyong weekend? Kamusta po yung mga na-excite noong Friday? Na-excite doon sa balitang lumabas na na-launch na raw umano itong pinaka-inaabangang PR to PR program that is supposed to run from 2026 to 2027. Ang daming na-excite. Ang daming mga Filipino in Canada na nag-share nitong report na ito. Yun naman pala, parang wala namang bago. Parang wala namang bago. Ano ba ito? Okay. I know we talked about this in an episode already last Friday with Attorney Lou, but I thought mahalaga pa rin na pag-usapan ulit, magkaroon pa ulit ng isang episode today. Kasi guys, mula nung lumabas yung report nung Friday, over the weekend, ang dami ko na namang nakitang mga somewhat misleading information about this CR to PR program. Again, okay, that report quoted the immigration minister saying na na-launch na ito. But if we check IRCC's website, canada.ca, there are no set rules yet. Wala pang guidelines. There is no portal open. Wala pang way to actually apply for it. Okay? Kaya, ang tanong ko, na-launch ba talaga? Ano ba kaya talaga ang sinasabi ni Immigration Minister Leina Diab? Okay, mamaya himayin pa natin yan ng mas mabuti, no? I want to focus more on, again, yung mga kumakalat ngayon over the past few days na guys, mag-ingat kayo kung ano talaga ang paniniwalaan ninyo. Okay, before I show that, those social media posts, by the way, let's make it clear. Ito pong TR to PR program na pinag-uusapan natin, in-announce na ito noong November 2025. The same time when the new immigration levels plan was announced, kasabay nung budget message, again, November 2025. Sinabi na to, yung 33,000 ang pwedeng makinabang, na high-skilled, likely ang kukunin na sinabi din in rural areas. Alam na natin tong mga to. Ang hinihintay na lang natin ngayon is, okay, so when? When is it going to open? And more specific details on the profiles of these temporary residents na pwedeng mag-apply. Ano kaya talaga? May no-code ba na specific silang hinahanap dyan? Ano ang specific location? Sinabi, rural areas. Anong towns? Lahat ba? Yung mga ganyang bagay, yan ang inaabangan natin ngayon. Now, what I can say is, from the time na sinabi ni Immigration Minister Leina Diab na na-launch na raw ito, wala pa rin namang updated information about it. So, ano yung na-launch na sinasabi niya? O, sige, puntahan na natin itong mga social media posts, no? For example, this one. TR to PR now active. 33,000 spots confirmed. Okay, official announcement daw nung March 8. Again, anong active ang pinagsasabi ng post na ito? Uulitin ko yung kakasabi ko lang. Right now, as of publishing, as of recording, March 9, 2026, wala pa pong paraan para mag-apply dito. Walang portal na bukas, walang listahan ng official documents, wala. Okay? So, for me, that is not active. Okay? Wala. Huwag kayong mag-alala, wala pa po. Pangalawa, another example. Temporary resident to permanent resident pathway, soft launching a new pathway for up to ganyan. Okay. Apply now through transition to permanent residency. Meron pang specific high demand sectors na nakalagay dito. Agriculture, hospitality, transportation, healthcare, and caring for people in rural communities. Una sa lahat, guys, no? Yung binanggit niya, ano yun? Agri, hospitality, transportation, healthcare. Perhaps, maaaring kasama yan kung magbukas ito. Pero maaring hindi. Maaring dalawa lang sa apat na yan. That post makes it appear na parang yan na yun. No, guys. No. Baka yung makakita nito tapos nasa hospitality, healthcare. Uy, pwede tayong nasa hospitality. No. Not yet. Wag tayo masyado pang excited. Again, kung pagbabatayin lang po ang official data, wala pang specific na ganyang detalye. Okay? Ay, nakasulat pa doon, ano, apply now to transition. Anong apply now? Wala pa ngang a-apply yan, eh. Nakakainis talaga tong mga taong to, no? O, ito pa, isa, huli na to sa mga examples ko, no? O, breaking news, Canada launched TR to PR pathway. Help 33,000 people achieve PR. We can help you with your application. Ask us how. Ito yung WhatsApp number daw niya. Ang dami ng ganyan ngayon. Yung mga consultant, agency, I don't know if there are immigration lawyers doing this too, no? Na kumukuha na sila ngayon ng mga kliyente. O sige na, secure nyo na ako. Kasi kung hintayin nyo pa yan, baka maubusan kayo ng slot. Yung ganyan. It is not illegal. Hindi po yan illegal for them to do, to try to secure their clients. To me, it's a question of, is it responsible sa parte nila na mag-alok ng slot, na kukuha sila ng bayad para sa isang programa, eh hindi pa nga natin alam kung sinong eligible. Diba? Kunyari, ako ang isang aplikante. Oh, sige, consultant. Kunin mo na ako. Baka maubusan ako ng slot, eh, no? Oh, ito na bayad ko. Anong plano? Do you think I have a chance? Anong isasagayat sa'yo ni consultant? Diba? Na tama. Na hindi vague. Na talagang medyo may basehan for your specific profile. Diba? For me, wala ako nakikitang masasagot ang consultant sa panahon na to na catering to your specific profile because the information available medyo vague pa sa ngayon. Diba? Ang alam lang natin, high-skilled. Ang alam lang natin, 33,000. Ang alam lang natin, likely in rural areas and essential workers. Okay? Yun lang. O, paano kunyari maglabas na may specific jobs talaga, may specific positions? What if yung rural areas, meron lang palang specific rural towns? We don't know yet. Diba? So is it responsible for people or these immigration professionals to be securing them at this point? Tapos hihingi ng bayad, lalo na. Buti sana kung libre, no? Kung libre, tutulungan ka ng mag-prepare ng mga initial documents that are expected. That's okay. Pero yung mga hihingi ng bayad na this early, I don't know about that. No, I don't know. It's up to you. Kayong mga applicants na baka nag-iisip kumuha ng professional, think about it first. Okay? So, ayan guys, iilan lang po yan sa napakaraming sinishare ngayon sa social media. Okay, balikan nga natin, ano ba kasi ang root cause nito? Puntahan natin yung article ng Toronto Star. Okay, alam mo, nag-record ako, wala pa pala akong title. O, ayan. Yung mismong quote ni Immigration Minister Leyna Diab, ha? Ayan. Tinanong siya tungkol doon sa TR2PR program for an update. Sabi niya, we have launched it already. Okay. Launched it already, ah. Meron na dapat. Meron na dapat. So, ang tanong, if you launched it, okay, what are the guidelines? Wala pa po. Okay. Tapos, sabi dito, ito, I am not in a position to tell you specifically how many so far, but we will, in the month of April, be able to provide more clarity and more detail on them. Hatiin natin itong sentence na to sa dalawa. Yung I am not in a position to tell you specifically how many so far. It could mean a number of things, ano? She could be referring to ilan na ang na-process. Kasi nga, di ba, may sinasabing 33,000 people na makikinabang. Yun ba? Pwedeng yun, ano? I am not in a position to tell you specifically how many so far, eh. So far, parang meron nang na-process ba na ilan? Okay. Pangalawa, pwede rin, I am not in a position to tell you specifically how many so far. Ang total natatanggapin talaga, aabot pa talaga ng 33,000 once an official process is announced. It could mean that too. Okay? And yung second part na kanyang sinabi, but we will, in the month of April, be able to provide more clarity and more detail on them. This part of her quote has been picked up by many to mean na sa April siya i-announce yung detalye. Pero kung ako ang tatanungin, may disconnect eh. There is a disconnect. May disconnect kung yun ang tatanggapin nating ibig niyang sabihin. Okay, i-announce sa April. Yung ano, na-launch na nga. Ano yung i-a-announce mo? Kung ilan na ang natanggap? Kung na-launch mo na, tulad nung sinabi sa first part, di dapat meron ka nang i-announce, alam mo na kung paano, di ba? Pati ako, para paikot-ikot na sa sinasabi ko, confused na ako, no? But do you get me? There is a disconnect with her quotes. Yan. Na nasama po dito sa Toronto Star article. At para po dun sa mga nakapanood ng episode natin with Attorney Lou, if you recall, may isang part po dun, ano, na tinanong ko, bigyan natin ng benefit of the doubt, baka naman talagang may na-launch. Diba? Maybe, itong sinasabing 33,000, baka nga nabawasan na these past few months. Dahil, baka nga, kasama na ang ilan dito sa 33,000 sa mga na-draw under the Canadian Experience class over the past couple of months. Ang isip po ng ilang mga immigration professionals, kaya pala, napakalalaki nung bilang ng mga invitations na kanilang in-issue from January to February. Alam niyo kung ilan? Under express entry, okay, mahigit 44,000 invitations to apply na ang na-issue. Malaking bahagi dyan yung CEC, Canadian Experience Class. About 28,000 ITAs. Ang laki nun. Kaya ang tanong ng marami, sila kaya yun? Kasama kaya dyan yung 33,000? Okay? We don't know. Okay, tinanong ko yan kay Attorney Lou. Hindi pa tayo sure, basically. Kasi nga, hindi pa rin hanggang sa mga oras na ito, pinapaliwanag kung paano ba isasagawa itong TR2PR program. Which will bring me to my main point na ang daming misleading information. Mag-ingat kayo kung kayo ay kukuha na po ng consultant. Kasi paano nga kung yun pala yun? Di nagbayad ka ngayon bigla, tapos baka hindi mo pa ma-refund. Right? Paano kung yun? Okay, remember, nagkaroon po ng 2021 TR2PR program, no? It doesn't mean na ganun na magiging estilo ng programa ngayong 2026 to 2027. Kung tatanungin ninyo, ano ba ang available information? Ito lang po. Okay. Let me go to the official canada.ca website. Ito po yan. Okay, this is official from canada.ca. Yung supplementary information tungkol sa immigration levels plan. Ito, sabi dito, the government will also accelerate the transition of up to 33,000 temporary workers to permanent residency in 2026 and 2027. Ang target raw nito, those who have established strong roots in their communities. How do we determine established strong roots kaya? So we expect that to be detailed rin, no? Kung maglalabas ng guidelines. Okay, strong roots are paying taxes and are helping to build the strong economy Canada needs. Okay, ito pa yung isa pang official resource din. Ito naman. Still. Ito naman. Okay, still on the immigration levels plan, canada.ca po ito. Yan, meron dito. Okay. Ito. Accelerating PR for select skilled workers. A one-time 2-year initiative to fast-track PR for skilled temporary workers who are already contributing to communities and working in Canada in specific in-demand sectors with a focus on those in rural areas. That is all we know for now. Ano kaya ang specific in-demand sectors na ito? We'll see. Of course, hindi naman po bawal, no, magbigay ng analysis or expectations ang mga immigration professionals na siguro nga malamang healthcare kasama dyan. But let us be wary of those who are presenting this information as if yun na yun. Again, wala pa po kasing final. Alam nyo ba, ito pala. Okay, buti naalala ko bago tayo matapos, ano. Meron akong nabasa na meron na rin daw pong ilang mga agents na naniningil, a small fee lang naman, ano, parang what, $10, $15 for the documents checklist daw. Okay, na kailangan mong i-prepare para dito sa TR2PR program. Wala pang official checklist. But meron pong mga dokumento na pwede mong i-prepare, okay, as part of it. Dahil itong mga dokumentong ito yung madalas nire-require sa kahit anong or sa maraming PR pathways. Libre lang yan kasi these are just generic info. Ano ba usually ang hinihingi sa isang applicant na mag-a-apply for PR? Ito yung mga basic. Okay, what we do not know is if this specific PR to PR program will also have additional requirements. So kung meron man pong naniningil, no, I don't think this is happening in our community, by the way. Kung merong naniningil ng $10 to $15, ano lang yan, pang-iisa lang yan. They're taking advantage of those, na mas madaling maloko. Hindi alam nung ilang sigurong tina-target nila na yung binibigay na checklist sa kanila, medyo standard requirements for any PR application na hindi mo na kailangan bayaran. So, yun lang naman. Okay, we'll end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!